no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The revolution starts now.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Turn those machines back on!
And we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall.
Show me the money!
You are fake news.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
I don't know when they decided that they wanted to make a virtue out of selfishness.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on Earth.
Simple would have. Huh?
Fake news.
I know, I am
Exactly.
fake news.
Oh, there's nothing here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello,
Yeah.
hello, hello.
You should hear yourself.
I just hear the radio. Hello, hello,
'Cause
hello.
I'm feeding down.
Maybe it's the right side. Hello, hello.
You hear yourself?
Hear myself? Yeah. Now I do. I was just the radio.
I was just feeding it down and slowly and that.
Hello.
I know I am fake news because it's the revolution here on Like Effect Radio.
We're fake news too.
You're fake news? So Megan and the Magnetosphere. I know.
That was fake news.
I know. I am. So I should have you necessarily do it since I can't actually talk a long word.
Talk a long word.
I know. Improper grammar, isn't it?
It's not a matter of grammar. It's just a long word. We're going to say it together. Ready?
Magnetosphere?
Magnetosphere.
Okay, good. I got it the second time around. So how you guys been doing?
Oh, we're pretty good. How about you?
You know, going.
Yeah. We're making music. So
Music and things?
Yeah, music and things.
I feel you.
No fake music.
No fake music?
Just fake news about it. Yep.
I gotcha. And you guys been busy since the last time you were here last fall.
We have been busy. And was it only a year ago?
About.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that, give or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a day 3, something
We
around
should
there.
check the date. It's our anniversary with Lakeland. We have been busy. We went on a couple trips. We went out of town a few times and went to Nashville, played a couple shows there. It was awesome. Organized, of course, by ourselves, so that was even more awesome. You know, put things together, see it, do it, make it happen. And we just did that again a couple weeks ago. I just went to Pittsburgh and Athens, Ohio. So those are good getaways for sure. Get to different cities and play. And then, we were busy in Cleveland the last year, too. We got involved in a big way with Ingenuity Fest.
Yeah.
Did you go to that? Have you
No,
ever
I
been to
didn't
Ingenuity?
get it.
Have you ever been to Ingenuity Fest?
No,
Watch for
not
it.
yet.
It's always the last weekend in September, or the second last weekend. But it's a big collaborative of music, art, tech innovation, displays, interactive stuff. So we got involved heavily with some of that this year and did a pretty cool show that was a little different than what we usually do as a full band. So it was definitely busy is the word.
Busy little beavers, aren't you? Mm-hmm. I got you in that. So you want to start off with one thing. We'll start off with some sort of questions in that.
All right.
I know this is going to be a little off more than what Remy is. And that sort of making you just a little bit think.
Well, I don't know if we can handle this. Let me get my coffee. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Coffee time. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So we'll go off of this. Well, I'll start off with the one I sort of said, even in the first part.
Yeah, this one's for Lisa.
So, if you could, if you made it big, you could have anyone open for you. Who would it be?
Milli Vanilli.
It's not okay.
That's not okay.
I mean, it's good. That's a good answer. Why? Why, Lisa?
Is it fake news?
Yeah, there it is. There's nothing.
The greatest artist of our time.
I mean, I definitely grew up on some Milli Vanilli, so.
I feel it.
Yeah, that one song.
That one song. Are we allowed to sing covers on the radio, or do you get banned? If we just broke into I mean, would we even be singing it, a Milli Vanilli song, if we started singing a Milli Vanilli song? Because, we didn't sing.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Wow.
Blame it on the rain, Lisa. I blame it on the rain. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And this is how we start all interviews. Thank you for having us, Jeremiah.
No problem.
Thank you for that great question. Yeah, I mean, you know.
You're still stumped on that?
Well, I'm looking around the walls now. Once again, I did this last time I was here, and I said, oh my gosh, all these people we played with or heard of or know from the, Ohio music scene, not just Cleveland music scene. But honestly, that's who I would pick. I don't care. You can call us. If we made it, I know, if we made it huge, I would have every single person I know who I've loved in this Cleveland music scene. That's who would open for us as we rotate.
And that's a
through.
really just long list.
It is. I mean, it is. There's how could I pick? But I mean that sincerely. It's a lot of people lift each other up in the Cleveland music scene, and I feel like if we were in a place where we were able to elevate ourselves to such a great show of being, as you say, so big you could have anyone open for you. Heck yeah, I would have someone open for us who no one knows how good they are yet, and then they would be in that place too. So. That's my truth, but let's think about it. I could still come up with a fun, famous band answer if you want. I mean, Milli Vanilli was solid.
Pixies, Radiohead.
Yeah, I mean, Tom York was my first thought, but is he
Fair
free?
enough.
Make him open for us? Is that what you're proposing? I feel like that's a pretty high bar to reach before somebody like Radiohead or somebody like that would open for
it.
you.
It still can happen. Whoever thought, like the Black Keys from Akron, that would make it.
Yeah. No, it's.
I
mean, they apparently did because they kept at it till they did.
Exactly.
And to me, that's the bigger lesson is perseverance and not waiting for the scene to recognize or to happen around you, but to create your own. And I feel like that's some of what not just our band, but our band leader has tried to do in Cleveland is, create a community. And any success we've had as a band is only as a function of, trying to lift everybody else up.
Fair enough. That's somewhat a good segue of this that I'm going to sort of go into about sort of the Cleveland music scene. So is it any sort of certain, let's say, place you like to perform the most at?
The most. I think everything. I mean, there's so many different venues, different sound equipment, different sound people, the qualities depending on the day who's there. So I don't have a favorite. I just have this place is this, so adjust to these things. I mean, we host an open mic every Monday at a place called Kelly's Pub, and it's a dive bar on the edge of Lakewood, and it's a favorite because we host the open mic there and get to have people come and go off the stage and host a really fun late night event. So in a way, that's one of my favorite places because it's like a second home. It's like we're playing in our living room on Monday nights there. But the Winchester has a great stage, great sound, great lights. Beachland Tavern, similar, nice sound, nice light, iconic place to go to. And we have a show coming up there, so of course the Beachland Tavern. We love to play it. We love to play it this Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. Stella's is new. Have you seen the show at Stella's yet? On East 9th? Great light, great stage, great sound, and it's downtown on East 9th right across from the baseball field, which makes it kind of cool because location. You have that downtown Cleveland rock club vibe.
Fair enough.
Those are some favorites for me.
Happy Dog.
Happy Dog.
Sounds pretty good there.
Yeah, Happy Dog's awesome, and it's just a little
We miss you, Eastside Happy Dog.
We do. And we miss Callaway.
The old Euclid Tavern, place with history. It was sad to hear when that place closed down because they were. I hadn't been there since probably 2001.
Yeah,
was the last show, like right before it closed, as the Euclid Tavern. And then when we played a show there, 3 years ago almost now?
Probably, yeah.
I was highly impressed with them, keeping the good name of such a well-known and well-established
part
of the Cleveland music scene. Anybody who was punk and, raw rock and roll in Cleveland made their way there from the 70s to the 2000s.
Very fair.
And Happy Dog kind of was trying to keep the legacy alive.
That's true.
Buy more hot dogs, people.
More hot dogs?
They had vegan ones, too. Just throwing that out there.
Just give up already. Don't eat a vegan hot dog. It's still bad food. Quit lying to yourself.
Fake news.
Yeah, it's fake news. It's still not healthy for you.
While they're going off of their fake news tangent.
I wonder where we got that from. Wait, where did we get that from today? Why is it in our head? Was it something with the intro? Or,
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
But I'm surprised you're not noticing one thing. It says fake news, then that yell, show me the money in between
I
it.
didn't get it.
No. You have to listen to the beginning of it. That. Because here, I'll sort of short off, sort of segue random field off of this. So, before this, about 2.5 years, because it was, spring last year? Around this time last year. I made that. Because before that, for about 2.5 years, I went, each and every show was the first and last of it. It was always a different name for 2.5 years. Then it's like, well, forget that. Then it's like, I want something sort of that in your face, just randomness and that.
In your face.
So, sort of did that of, sort of mocking everything. And yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah, that's how it all came in fruition. In that. So.
Show me the money, says
no more fake
the
news
National
from
Enquirer.
this point on. That's the goal for 2020 at least. To purge that phrase and feeling, hopefully.
And I'm just going to say one thing.
Yes.
I wouldn't be offended by that at all.
Nope.
Because I'll just say this one last thing on that note. Ever since that's been a thing, since I have my 2 business associates, I just want to white out the word business.
Wait, why?
Because he's offense to my degree.
Yeah, oh, I see.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Businessmen giving business a bad name.
Yeah. That I just want to go and white that out, yeah.
I'm an
Fair.
associate. I associate people.
Fair enough. But on that, we'll go to the tail end of that one question prior to our sidetrack and that. So any certain venues that stand out to you?
Lisa?
I think you said them all.
I think I did say them all. That's
The
good.
Roman Coliseum.
Well, oh yeah.
No?
The grog shop. Say the grog. That's the one we didn't say.
Yeah,
Not grog
The grog
shop.
shop. We love them all.
they have a red curtain.
They do.
Pretty cool. It's red.
They actually have a green room, which is kind of cool. Not many places have a green room anymore.
It's not
Winchester.
I know.
has a green
Winchester
room
does, yeah.
with
Winchester
a
has a pretty
bathroom.
nice one. We have with
Hey,
the
now.
bathroom. So
Fair
if you
enough.
play there, folks, make sure you bug them. Be like, I want all green M&Ms,
Yeah.
40 bottles of water. Just
So
for me.
you're the one that just shows up with like a green suit to blend into the wall, huh?
Yeah.
Something tells me deep down inside I can't actually believe that.
I am the weatherman.
You said you were going to
I
bring
know,
that
but
up.
I feel like it's spurred. I could not
Whatever.
react.
Man, if you could only do a shot every single time she goes, it says fake news.
Lies. Fake news.
Something like that. But I'll go off of this.
I feel like maybe we should just be watching like the recap from the impeachment hearings and then just kind of, some commentary. Like, should we even be playing music? I don't know.
Nah,
Let's do
it's not
soundtrack
worth
work
it.
for the
Yeah,
impeachment
hearings. There it is.
But if you want, you could jump in the song right now.
Oh, maybe we could do that. We could just
Then I'm gonna
totally switch
go
the
and-
subject from this
Not believing I'm going to roll with something that you just said prior to this.
wonderfully
If only I knew the Benny Hill theme on bass
for the soundtrack.
for the impeachment.
Cool.
hearing.
So, total 180, we're going to play a lovely song called Reflection, which is to be taken as when we see each other, we can be inspired by them. So, let's just forget everything we just talked about and think of the wonderful people in the world who we want to reflect on and from. You know when you catch your own reflection with something beautiful you are. What you see in that beauty, you know when you hear your own voice clear, singing harmonies you are. A part of that song, so here
No.
No, too soon.
Too soon.
There's a whole audience in my headphones. How did you get them in there?
It's in our secret detached room no one knows about.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That's great.
They have to be, in a very small and defined space.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't pay them really well, but we try.
Pay them to clap.
I know.
Fake news.
You could pay them with those guitar bottle opener keychains.
You're fired. But we'll run off a question that you, or in a way, sort of something you said, sort of a segue off in that. So if you could play anywhere in the world, where would it be?
It's a great question for Dave. What were you doing yesterday, Dave?
Yeah, I was
color-coded?
making a color-coded map of places around the country to hopefully play, or places we have played. I mean, short list of places, of course, is like, you look at New York and the club scene, or, everybody wants to play Madison Square Garden, but there's also interesting places like Bowery Room or like the Blue Note. I saw Al Dumiel at the Blue Note when I was like 19, and it was a pretty epic show, and it's not much bigger than this studio, so it's intimate. To me, those are always the better venues. It's not the giant show that everybody's chasing, but the intimate, where people are hearing you,
Fair enough.
I will say one of my favorite places to play as a performer is probably Brothers Lounge, because on Wednesdays they have something called the 10x3, and it's a arranged open mic songwriters night. So, anybody out there who's a singer-songwriter, performer, check it out. Go look at their site. But that's kind of the attitude, is this is a listening room. We're here to hang on every note and every word, and truly appreciate the performers. And to me, that's the place I want to play, wherever it may be across the country.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Listening rooms are awesome. And yeah, Brothers Lounge is another great place that we didn't mention when we were listing all venues in Cleveland that we love to play. But it's true, this Songwriters Night on Wednesday, they put the list of songwriters out on pieces of paper on every table. And on that same piece of paper, it says, with like 20 H's, shh, this is a listening room. Please be respectful of the performances. So just setting that tone, it really does. When you're on stage, you feel people are there to listen. People don't show up there to talk and make noise. It's not the place you meet up and hang and talk loud. It's a place you go to listen. So when people are filling a room like that, it does change the artist on stage to be, grateful to be heard. And there are places like that all over the country. But yeah, there's a lot of, things are venues. They're rock venues, and that's cool too. People are listening, they're dancing, they're hearing, but there's definitely something different to being, even, the full band can play in this listening room. It doesn't just have to be a songwriter. But yeah, I haven't been in a lot of venues like that. In Nashville, the Bluebird Cafe is famously known as a listening room. I've been there and I've seen a show of songwriters in a round. And I mean, you could have heard a pin drop the whole time. 50 people in the room easily. So there's something to that for sure. And finding those places across the country where people really are seeking music. 'Cause a lot of people love music or love to support music. But there are people out there who want to hang in every word. Yes, take me to those rooms to play in. So it's good.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Or the unconventional spaces, I would say. Like, we just played, she said, Pittsburgh, a place called the Government Center, and it's a record shop. It has no government affiliation. But it's somehow related to the art museum called the Mattress Factory in Pittsburgh. It's a lot of the same organizers with some of the same mindset of, like, enriching the community with the arts and what people bring to the table. But it was really nice because we got to run our own sound for the most part and help the other performers run their sound, and it was unconventional venue, but
we're pretty unconventional people in band. I mean, it's true. I think some bands probably come in here and they wouldn't, not that there's anything wrong with that, but they have a recording studio. We record our own stuff. We produce stuff. We run shows. We run sound. We do all those other things that isn't just performing. So we really do respect and appreciate the sound system at a place. Like when you said, what's our favorite venue? It's like, well, let me list different reasons. Sound, light, stage, accessibility. It's not just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what other
No,
artists
it's
might
not
judge a space
sort of
by.
just based off the crowd or that.
Definitely.
It's all sort of, it's the more in-depth sort of ness of it, of looking at all the small different aspects that make a venue.
Right, and I think maybe some of the, obviously for different bands,
Yeah.
those different things resonate with other people. But yeah, we did have a really good time at the Government Center because it was just a sort of like 1 minute it was a record shop with a big open space, and then the next minute it, lights down, things plugged in, and it was this really cool, again, kind of listening room space where people came in. We were surprised. We had a couple friends come out, bring a couple friends. We're in a different city. We brought 5 people. The other performers brought 5 people, 10, 15, and in a small record store, 20 people coming and going throughout the night. Felt like a great show. But again, something special to it because it was sort of this DIY space transformed, and those spaces definitely have something special to them.
Fair enough. So, Lisa, you have anything?
Maybe like the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And then the top of Mount Everest, so you could play the lowest point and the highest point in the world, and then just see which is better.
Have you seen you haven't seen the John Oliver thing, have you? Where they has like the fake picture. Have you seen that? Where people are on the top of Mount Everest. He's like discouraging people from, the money and the whatever it takes. So he put up like a thing where you can take a picture. We need to put a band picture up on the basically, it's like a filter that you could show that you're on the top of Mount Everest fakely. Fake news.
If I had to give a real answer, I would probably say Red Rocks.
That's a great answer.
That's true.
That's
That's sort of
answer.
a classic.
Yeah, we went to Colorado 2 years ago as a band tour, and we went to the Garden of the Gods, which my understanding is it's a glimpse at what the Red Rocks actually are, and obviously it's not a stage, it's just a park, but yeah, it poured rain on us multiple times there, but we did take a little video, and we sort of played a song, but I mean, if it wasn't raining, our plan was to do just like a pop-up concert, and just in the middle of the mountains in this beautiful space, that's awesome. Good answer.
Well, that's a classic answer, really, around many people around here that sort of always say. Especially me sort of looking, it would be a cool place to play. For sure. No, I definitely
Wait,
get
which?
it.
Mariana Trench or Red Rocks?
No, Red Rocks.
Top of Everest, get with it.
Yeah.
All 3.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't.
Yeah, you had to get the oxygen
better-
mask
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
all
say,
that stuff. Yeah.
It's hard
You
to
better
sing
do
with the
Red
scuba
Rocks
masks
first.
on.
Yeah.
No, you just get a mic inside of it. Then you have to have a really long mic
Spacesuit?
cables and stuff and run it.
What's that called when you come up from a deep water way too
The
soon?
Bends.
The Bends.
You
yeah.
know that Radiohead album?
But no, there's a fancier
That
name
album
for
by,
the
like-
thing that happens where your head basically explodes.
What is it?
Depressurization, basically, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It'll be legendary because it'll be our last
Baby's
show
got
because
the Bends.
we'll depressurize.
Don't have any real friends. What's that like?
Wow. Wow.
It's one of those days, Jeremiah. We're just rolling with it here. I feel good
I
about
know.
the energy we've created in this space. It's weird, as we all are.
That's kind of funny. But we'll sort of roll off of that.
Hey, look, it's a picture of Bobby Vaughn. I'm going to point him out just because I saw that he's doing a Kickstarter right now for an album. There's a lot of great artists
I didn't know
on these
that.
walls.
Give
Yeah,
him your
shout
money.
out, Bobby Vaughn.
Yeah, I didn't know he was
Look
up
up
doing
his
a
video.
Kickstarter.
I find that it's entertaining, for sure, if you haven't seen it.
Huh.
Cool pictures.
I know it's trying hard to keep, track of all you
Craig
guys.
Rich.
We're having a quiz now.
Craig
Dave
Rich
got it.
is staring
Craig
at
Rich's
me.
picture.
He's looking at me pretty cynically, like, really,
Yeah.
Dave?
He followed me or played
not
before me
impressed
at
by jokes.
Heights Music Hop this year, which is
Yeah.
always a ton of fun in Cleveland Heights. We had some busking sets, but yeah, he was out there. Cool people on your walls here. Oh, is that Miss Taylor Lamborn up there? It sure is.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop naming people on your walls.
Not the way
Featuring
Michael's
Woods.
behind you.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking cool on his motorcycle.
What?
Yeah, Michael.
Where's behind me?
Right up near Police Put.
Oh, there he is, Mr. McFarland.
He's over your shoulder.
Shout out McFarland Manor, everyone. That's a great DIY space as well. He's opened up his home as a concert venue, and they do really cool house shows, nice gatherings.
Luckily, you guys even attend.
What?
I said you guys even attend.
Yeah, we played there a few times.
We played the first one ever. And then we did the summer. He did a big bash this summer for the anniversary, and
Yeah.
we did a pop-up, a host open mic there too. It was a really special night. We hashtagged that DIT CLE, and that's Do It Together Cleveland, because, again, this whole supportive community of people, if we can, we do. So yeah, if you should look up, anyone listening out there should look up the hashtag DITCLE, and you'll see a combination of stuff from myself, Michael McFarland, and a couple other folks in Cleveland who are trying to support the community.
Fair enough. Well, I'll sort of roll off of that with this. So I'm going to sort of make you pick your kids.
What?
Sort of start off of it. So if you had to pick out of your own works the top 3 songs, which ones would they be?
The top 3. See, but what is the criteria? Is the criteria what we think people want to hear, what we love to play, or
that's for your discretion?
I'm going to need to quantify this with a lot more variables than you're giving me. Well, I can't. Glow is the holiday song. We only get to play it for like a month and a half every year, and it has a lot of feeling behind why it was written, and so that's one of my tops. Can we collectively choose, like, if each one of us name a song? That sounds great.
It's probably a tie for me between 2 songs, and that's probably Tabula Rosa and Swaying Moon. I mean, my third one would probably be like Dancing Like the Sun, because I get to do like a sweet solo at the end, and that's always fun.
Dancing Like the Sun is on our album, so anyone can listen to that. It's on our iTunes and Spotify, but those other 2, you said Tabula Rosa and what else?
Swaying Moon. Which are both on the upcoming album we're working on right now.
Fair enough. Now, Lisa.
I'm going to say a song called Bridges.
Okay.
Is it on an album? I don't remember.
There's a recording of it from way back in the day with my first project called Glass Audrey, but we have sort of taken the song and, with our spins on it, and there isn't a recording of us doing it, but there's definitely a video out there somewhere. We'll be playing that Wednesday at the Beachland, so you have to come to the show to hear that song.
Yeah, you can hear the dance hit version on the album.
Yeah.
It's got some cool synths and stuff, which is, a totally different approach than what we take with the band with...
Well, my first band before I knew these guys, it was just 2 people, and we did not ever have it. We never had a drummer. I mean, we had a drummer. We'd practice, and we played some shows out. But in terms of the original music, we just never had a drummer record with us. So yeah, everything on it is synth drums for sure. So
just the keyboards and stuff. I feel like
those are real. Those was my keyboard. That was my Yamaha.
I'm saying the driving keyboard sound. I sort of try and channel that with my guitar a little bit.
Fair enough. Because that's the one thing I never got to... Sort of the first time you were here and that. So how did you guys all meet? You had a very good segue off of that. You're sort of reading my mind just a little.
So the open mic that I was talking about hosting at Kelly's Pub, so that's on the west side of Cleveland, just inside Lakewood. Started that about, 4.5 years. And Dave and Lisa were around in other projects, so we crossed paths before at other open mics or other shows. And when I started this open mic, they had come up a few times and jammed with me, and then I wasn't playing with the band, and I was offered to play a show somewhere, but they asked if I could play with the band. So I said, do you guys want to do this one gig with me and just kind of see what happens? And
it just came in fruition there.
Yes, yeah. But I do think what Dave was saying on earlier, too, to throw back, the community building and stuff. I mean, they were showing up every week. When you start hosting an open mic, it doesn't start great. My open mic that I do on Mondays is amazing right now. 15 people show up after 10 o'clock on a Monday to play. But the first year and a half, you don't know, 5 people show up, 4 people show up, and these guys showed up every week. And so that was also a big thing for me. I'm like, okay, there's some people who show up. So I saw and love music and just, pick up an instrument. Dave's a guitar player. He picked up a bass to play with me, and that meant a lot too. So when people show up and want to play with you, you're like, well, let's do it again. Let's do another show, and let's write a song.
Just kept the ball going.
Yeah. So that's a big
just
part
got
of it.
bigger and bigger and bigger.
Also, a lot of our influences. I mean, we're all the same age, but I mean, we just had some, Radiohead. I'm laughing about because it really is like one of just I love the early stuff, especially it's sure newer stuff. Yeah, but I mean, there's certain vibrations and frequencies that come through certain bands, and people just they just love them, and I felt that happened with a lot of music, songs, and bands. We had a lot of similar feelings. It's not just about like liking something, but feeling something, and that's a big part of it.
Oh, true. The vibe and all that, you know, takes a lot.
Not to mention what people actually then bring to the song too. I mean, Lisa has been called by just about everyone who's ever heard her play the best drummer in Cleveland. Seriously, people here and like
Fake news.
It's not fake news. That's so good though. They come up to me, you know, as the front person. I expect when someone has a big smile on their face after the show and they're coming up to me, I expect by now, finally, I can expect in a good way that they're going to be like, "Wow, great show, Meg! Oh, great voice, we love it." Immediately followed by, if not opened with, "You're a drummer though," and those harmonies. So I mean, you know, the value of a good player is a big deal. And again, like Dave said, some of the stuff on the song Dancing Like the Sun or different songs that he's put a guitar part to, there's nothing, you know, nothing else like that, in my opinion, out there. The kind of stuff that someone is going to bring to a song. And his voice on the guitar definitely complements the songs that I've brought to the band. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Long story long.
Somehow I'm remembering different. I thought that we met at the Survivors of the Catholic Church meeting.
Wow. But,
no?
Tell us more. Tell us more about that meeting. What do you remember?
We met in a plane crash.
I remember
the
cookies were kind of bland.
All the other people on the plane.
Church is cool, but the cookies
was the
were
alcohol anonymous, you know, right next door?
Alcohol was kind of weak.
I was going to say we met on that plane crash, and then, like, we were really lost, and then we were on this island, and...
You're really picking this up from, like,
there were more members in the band, but it was sort of...
on a volleyball.
And we named it Wilson? Was that what
I
we
was
called
gonna
it?
say,
Yeah.
there were more members of the band originally, and...
We ate them.
It was sort of, it was sort of an alive situation.
That's right,
So-
I said that.
Then did you
Unfortunately,
take,
our
like,
violinist
chalk or
is no
something
more.
right on the rock? Yeah.
He's with us in spirit, in our stomachs.
Can anyone do really fast math?
Cannibalism.
Cannibalism?
55 times 4.
Very valid in that.
120, 240, 1,440 some days. No. I'm going to say about 1,500 days we've been in a band, if you do the math. If anyone had a calculator, you could do that. But just the hash marks. We've been keeping hash marks.
And nobody's been voted off yet.
No one's been voted off yet. There you go. But you never know. Could happen tonight. I should just hit the dun 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 sound button.
I feel safe somewhat because I drove, so.
I don't know. You've heard of Uber, right?
Yeah. I feel like they might be able to find their way back without me.
Maybe. We'll find out.
One of the
So I
directions.
might not be safe.
But you want to play again?
Yeah, we'll play another song. This is a really good segue from like 20 minutes ago. We were talking about being the change. I'm sure that came up, didn't it? Okay, cool. This song is called Change What You Can.
Help me to understand humans. Why do we keep tearing at our skin so thin when we could be building a home we can all live in? Help me to understand the plan. God is good, but the kingdom is within. Don't point your fingers when we could be shaking hands. Change what you can. Change what you can. Change what you can. Change what you can. And help me to carry out this plan. Change what you can. 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 And together we can stand against what change what you can.
Oh.
I mean,
Very
the
nice.
audience didn't know. It's okay. It seemed like it was going to end sooner.
Maybe. Find out. Stay tuned for that episode. 'Cause somehow it stays fall. Like that? We'll go off of that. So, if you could do any work or performance with anyone that influences you, who would it be?
Kate Bush.
Wow. She beat you guys.
Oh, that's a tough.
I mean,
a
that's
tough
my
question.
first answer. I'm sure I'm 100.
Don't worry, I got your thinky music.
Who is Kate Bush?
Who is Kate Bush?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of funny. You actually pick up on that game. You're the first one so far this year actually came up with that.
Really?
Yes.
What's wrong with people? What, you mean they didn't recognize the Jeopardy song?
No, answer as Jeopardy answers.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. That's the funniest
You're the
game
first
ever.
one
Well, I win this guitar.
in a very,
keychain.
very long list of people.
I win Jeopardy then. Alex, thank you. I'll take my winnings in money.
And you know the funny thing is always one person out of so many in a semester that do that. You won it.
I win.
Damn.
I win. I'm gonna send you a picture that like a Jeopardy championship winner, and then you can hang that.
Is this another living or dead, or is this?
You could do it
person who
either
should,
way.
Be existing.
I mean,
still?
if you want to work with someone who's dead, name it.
I mean, at least it's easier, less argument in the songwriting process.
Wow,
Like
that
a
was
quiet-
dark.
Like a quiet, like a quieter
This is
Garfunkel,
Dave. If you'd like, haven't met him yet.
less complainy Garfunkel.
Wow.
I don't know. My choices be somebody like, I don't know, Kim Deal or somebody like that, bass player from the Breeders and the Pixies. She's pretty amazing, and she's from Dayton, Ohio.
Fair enough.
Actually, played an open mic at South Park Tavern.
Dayton.
It was pretty cool, and they had their freak out when we played a Pixies song. They're like, they're right down the street. Because apparently they still stay in Dayton, Ohio.
Huh.
Little old Dayton.
I didn't know that.
Another choice might be like, dude from the Wipers, Greg Sage.
Greg Stage.
Yes. It's pretty interesting. He did it all with the crappy little, maybe not crappy, but little 4-track reel to reel in the late
Fair
70s.
enough. But no, Megan, it's more like this.
It's a trap.
Oh, Lord. I can't not see that guy.
I don't know what
when I
that
hear
reference
that.
is. I didn't know what that
Star
was.
Wars. The weird
Yeah.
earthworm-looking guy. I don't even remember his name.
Chewbacca. Yeah.
No.
I know.
Wow.
I was kidding.
He looks like a hairless Chewbacca and shorter.
Wow.
R2D2, dude. Don't
I
be
mean,
so
am I
mean.
allowed to say he looks like
No.
a
No.
Wang?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Or a piece of excrement?
No.
No. God.
Kind of. He's lumpy.
The question is,
How
are you
about
allowed
Lisa?
to say it? Lisa, please.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Celine Dion.
Stop
I think
it!
She's the greatest singer in the world, and she sells out venues for like $2,000 a ticket. So if I get like a nickel from every ticket, you know.
Fair enough.
Take
Fair
it
enough.
back.
What about Madonna?
Take it back. She doesn't mean that.
Nobody cares about Madonna anymore.
Wow, is someone going to be voted off the island tonight?
Just Celine Dion. I mean, no offense at all to her. I just don't think that's an honest answer. And I want to hear Lisa's answer.
Much like the real Survivor, we're going to keep you
I
guessing
know what it
who's
would
going
have
to get
been
voted
3
off
years
first.
ago.
I would have said Michael
I know.
Jackson.
Break my heart. I'm
but
sorry
I watched
pushed
that
it.
documentary, so no.
It's true. I know. And that's true too. I mean, it sucks. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Where yeah, we could say someone today. You could say Celine Dion today, and then we'll go home and see the news. And it'll be something like someone Me Tooing her, and then we can't like her anymore.
I've always wanted to work with Louis C.K.
Jesus. Losing.
I know. Huh?
No.
Yeah, the crowd.
What about the storied musical career of Bill Cosby?
The crowd's spoken.
He really was a really good.
Speak louder. Any chance thinking I'm gonna be louder? So I
really
noticed.
Good piano player, but
So another one I would definitely choose, who is not with us anymore, is Bowie. And I noticed that you had that artwork up there. That's Kim Kennedy's art, right?
Yes.
Yes, I have the exact same image. I'm saying
She just won another prize.
Naming the artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Kim Kennedy, who is a wonderful singer-songwriter and
so
also
if we guess
visual
all
artist.
Of them right,
And
if
her
we guess all of them right, do we get
Bowie
tuition? Free tuition?
images here in the Lakeland
If I could
studio.
only offer that even for myself. That's the better question.
Yeah. All right, let's start the Kickstarter now. Pay for your DJ schooling.
Seriously.
He's doing something useful for all of you here at the university.
And just think, I've been doing it for almost 10 years.
Wow.
That's perseverance.
So, yeah.
I feel like this is just going to end with like people throwing change at you angrily. And it's going to be all my fault.
Kickstarter. And
More than
kick and
likely
change.
tomatoes. I could see that before change.
Do you want to switch your instrument?
So, I wouldn't completely. I would go more with that. I can't see change as much.
What's
But,
the
oh, well.
favorite? Let's ask you questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite concert you attended this year? I mean, first, how many concerts have you gone to this year? More than a handful?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are a concert goer.
Yeah. Especially like downtown Willoughby. I was hitting all the different rib cook-off stages.
Oh, there's some great bands that play at those, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
someone we knew played at the Willoughby one. I want to say it was
Celine
Apostle
Dion?
Jones.
Yeah. He was on the main stage.
33.
Yeah.
So yeah, him on the main stage and that.
Apostle Jones on the main stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa plays drums with them once in a while as a fill-in drummer, and they're playing.
That was on Saturday.
Shout out to Logan.
That's cool.
That's kind of hard, necessarily.
See, as are the questions you're asking us.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then, you know, Party in a Park down in Paynesville. It's kind of hard to just pick one
Totally.
musician.
Absolutely. Well, how about just event, without even saying the musicians? You went to all these
Okay.
different festivals. What was one of the top for you? With, again, there could be any, like you said, so many qualifiers make a great decision in terms of what it was. But good weather, that's one, I'm sure. Summer festival
I would have to say Party in a Park.
in Paynesville.
Yeah.
We'll be looking for that one this year. That's what I'm saying.
The rib cook-off was pretty decent, like the, let's say, past two. But the only thing is, like, that Saturday and Sunday was just boiling.
See, that's it. Sometimes it's too hot. We've played Waterloo Arts Fest for a few years in a row now, and it's always the last weekend in June. And every year it's been 95 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, which is great. Except it's so hot. It's so hot, and
Yeah.
you're on stage. You have all the hot amps and equipment, and you know there's something about that.
Middle of that same month, that's Willoughby's Art Fest. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's good to know. We'll be looking for it. We'll try to play it this year for sure.
Yeah, we dig
like
Willoughby.
Willoughby. We like Willoughby.
Malarkey's.
We like Willoughby's Starbucks. Oh, Malarkey's, and then I just played at All Access, which is both are in downtown Willoughby. Malarkey's and All Access. Our friend.
Yeah, and used to be Burgers and Beer.
Which one?
All
Access?
All Access,
Nice.
yeah.
There's an open
Yeah.
mic there on every other Monday now. Our friend Christy Hartlily's hosting that, so that's cool that it's out here on the west side because the open mic or the east side. The one I host is
Yeah.
west of Cleveland. This is right more in your neighborhood. So yeah, if anyone's looking for,
I didn't know that.
yeah, check out some music there on a Monday. But it's every other Monday, so keep your eye out for when it is. If you look it up, I'm
Fair
sure
enough.
Their page probably has it.
What's the name of the place that Liz set us up at?
She's not there anymore
Yeah.
though, so we don't.
Yeah, like the best thing. The rib cook-off, that's second weekend in May. Always down there. So it always ends up being the weekend of graduation here. So it's always the second weekend in May. So sort of pitching that out there.
Tell them, put in a good word for us, Jeremiah.
No, it's not. It's not that hard. No.
Well, still.
Each and every year in that, it's always like best example. Kevin Conway, he was there. One of Michael's friends.
Yeah, no, we know Kevin. We've seen him play.
AJ the year before, but that sort of got rained out though. And that. Yeah, they sort of got rained out. Damn thunderstorms.
Yeah, I think we've been on a pretty lucky streak. We haven't really gotten rained out of any outside shows we've done. We played Walnut Wednesday this year, which was really cool. Lunchtime downtown with all the food trucks. Super cool on Walnut Street, and I don't know what that was, East 12th. Okay, yeah. And it's where all the food trucks pile up, and all these people come out, and they know there's a concert on Wednesdays there, so they have their lunch in the park, and the weather was perfect. But I mean, yeah, when you set up for something outside, you're always thinking, we have so much electricity. If it rains, what's the plan? So.
Well, it was sort of a mixture of that, thunder, lightning, which you sort of get it. You know, you can't do it in the middle of that. But sort of writing off of that, I'll go with this.
Okay.
So, God, I lost my train of thought on that. Touche. But I'll go with this. So, if someone's starting a band, what different advice would you give them in sort of starting, like, either pursue music or a band?
That's a big open-ended question. Just what advice?
I know.
Believe in yourself enough to not quit on yourself. Because if you're starting it, you must want to be starting it. But I think a lot of people, they don't admit they need that advice, but I know we all do. I mean, if you want to do something, do it. That's the advice. That's the starting point. And then beyond that, if you have to say practically, or whether it's stuff they're dealing with, practically, like getting gigs or recording music. I mean, I could have advice on that, but I think the biggest thing is just ask questions and get out there, get to open mic nights is a big thing too, because you'll get the feedback, you'll meet a community, you might meet the players you're looking for in your band. So I think open mics are a really big thing for when you're starting out.
True.
Not thinking you're above or below ever what's going on there. Because some people think, like, I'm not good enough. Like, no, it's open mic. You're definitely good enough. But some people also get in their head that maybe an open mic is a bunch of just super amateur music, and it's not. Like, there can be great people there. So I think it's really important to just show up and check things out. And then, if you need to go into your cave and be creative and create, do that too. But you have to do both a little bit.
Including probably, it might be a little with even, let's say, you and that many different groups and that they sort of use that as sort of testing ground of, new music, necessarily whether these parts work with the song. Do you have to re-examine them?
Well, getting out of the house or the garage or the basement, wherever you practice, and just moving your equipment onto a stage, an open mic is such a great place to try it out, because it's either right from the garage, let's say your practice space, to a stage like the Winchester or the Beachland, and things are going to sound different, they're going to feel different, nerves will kick in. Open mics are a great place to work on all of those things and kind of be prepared for what's going to happen during a show. Definitely.
Fair enough. So, what would be your guys' dream tour?
There's so many answers to that. I mean, a dream tour. Well, a funded one would be great. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we obviously, when we travel, we do it ourselves, and so we can only go for so long or so far.
Not playing that work thing.
Yeah, and work and stuff. So that.
No.
But then
bus driver.
Yeah, a bus driver, someone to drive us.
Bus.
And dogs on the bus, allowed. I was just talking about that yesterday. I was like, can we get Airbnbs from now on that allow us to bring the band dogs, band pets with us? But seriously, just, I don't even know if there's we said earlier, listening room. Sure, a listening room tour, a venue tour, a tour with artists that we look up to and respect. I mean, inverse of the question you opened the interview with, who could we open for that we could actually go on a tour with, that would be a pretty great tour if we had a consistently booked tour because somebody else believed in us and set that up. Those kinds of things are dreams. And it's okay that I think that they are dreams because everything else is work and working towards those. So
Fair enough.
I feel like Dave had an answer, but
I
maybe it was
know.
a joke.
I'm just going to name cities. You know what I mean? Like D.C., New York, Chicago, Nashville, Asheville.
New Orleans.
Atlanta, Athens, New Orleans.
I really want to play New Orleans. I don't know. Mostly because
New
Pitbulls and Pearlies is located there, and I want to go play a concert at
Benefit
there. Have you ever seen the show on
Yeah.
Animal Planet? I just think what a great thing. I love
That would. Yeah, that definitely would.
just even to break. If I mean, they have attention because they're on TV, but if going there as a band could get like one person's attention from Cleveland, like that's why I'd want to play there. Like, hey, adopt a dog from this place. Look how hard these people work to, and help people too. I mean, the whole point of the show is in hiring Pearlies and just,
getting them back on track,
Yes.
getting animals back
Oh my
on.
God.
It's sort
That's the
of,
kind of
you
stuff-
know,
yeah, I love
it's
it.
that back and forth thing of you're sort of accomplishing two things in one thing.
and then educating people too across the world about both parties there, because people will have preconceived notions about Pearlies, and you get to see someone and their character and how hard they work on a show like that, because where else can you see that? You can, you know, I know there's I can't remember it, but there's a restaurant in Cleveland that hires Pearlies in the kitchen, and it's like it was a big deal. They've had a few articles about them, but besides that, you don't hear about that too much, and it's I think a lot of people are wrongly locked up and they get out, and then what?
Or every once in a while, everyone does a dumb mistake.
Totally.
Compared, normal people, they lock
Absolutely.
their car, keys in their car and, etc. Forget to put on the parking brake. Smash into insert whatever.
Right.
You run down that list of random
wrong
shenanigans.
place, wrong time, or just, poor circumstance, and like you said, a mistake.
Fair
nobody
enough.
should be left paying for it for the rest of their life or judged for it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, fair enough.
We all have skills regardless of the mistakes we've made, whether it's cooking food or tending
Loving
to
our
a dog.
dogs.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough in that. So I'll go of this.
Wait, I think I'm going to edit my answer. So the dream tour is the dog shelter tour. Let's just go on a tour where we go to all the dog shelters and we play shows for dogs.
I forgot you, Lisa.
Uh-oh. I would say my dream tour would be a tour that's in a canoe. We just get in a canoe on a river and play wherever we float to.
It was all good till they capsized.
Is this amp
Well,
gonna fit
that's
in a
true.
canoe?
Amp, water doesn't sort of mix just a
We'll
little.
save money on
Somebody
gas.
stood up on the canoe.
It's
That was
true.
all over.
Would it be you?
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Good question.
So a year from today, where do you want this, or what do you guys want to accomplish in?
To finish our album, you probably asked us that a year ago. We've been working on, we're doing it ourselves, and a lot of great things have come up this year. But yeah, we want to finish our album, which is definitely doable. I think sometimes a question like that, again, there's tiers of answers, like the things we know we're gonna do a year from now, and it's just a matter of getting it done. And then there's dreams and big ideas, and I have learned that I can say those things out loud, but unless I'm gonna actively pursue them, I don't like to wish
Throw it out
ideas.
there,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So I know that a year from now we're gonna have an album done. I'd like to get to different cities that we haven't played. That was a goal last year, and playing Nashville was a really big goal that I thought would be harder to break, and it wasn't. So I'm proud that we played. At the 5 Spot is the name of the venue in
Yeah.
Nashville, which a lot of artists that we know should, reach out to. It's a place you can get into. They have an open mic night too. So again, things like that is you kind of find a city, you find where the community is, where the open mic is, where they book bands, and things aren't as hard. But yeah, so that being said, I don't know what
You
our
just
other
make it
goals.
harder necessarily in your head every once in a while.
Yes.
Just overanalyzing it.
Yes, absolutely. And some of the steps, there's sometimes 100 steps between one and the dream or the goal, and they're not a hard 100 steps. They're just 100, so you can't always list them out for someone else. But you can
Yeah.
know, like, I know I have to take these, multiple steps in a direction to do something. But yeah, that would be just different cities is a big one for me. I'd love to.
Fair
Goals,
enough.
friends.
Hopefully still be alive. That's a good goal.
Well, too, the small things,
I feel like if you weren't alive, you might garner higher ticket sales because.
Wow. You really had to go for that one.
Well,
but true. Like, it's many musicians that,
like Abraham Lincoln, the train tour after he was. It was pretty.
Big draw.
Can this be louder than the mic? I can't tell. Just kidding. We'll play a Carbon Star when you have this conversation. All right.
No, you're good.
No.
But you want to play off again?
Sure. So, how about that? What else were we going to play besides? Oh, Lucky Stars. Yeah. We can do that first. Talking about nothing, thinking you've got something that you had to hide. Thank your lucky stars you're standing where you are. A simple state of mind. Speak truth like water in the river, reflecting light that dithers. Remind each other how to cry. I'll thank my lucky stars I'm standing where you are. A simple state of mind. Talking about nothing. Everything is in those moments in between. We'll call out to the sky with our weary eyes. It's just a gaze. Funny.
What, it always changes? I can't control what the crowd does.
No, it's cool.
Something like that. Oh. Well, we'll go here. So, how does your guys' writing process sort of start?
With me being like, hey, I wrote this song, can you add stuff to it? And then they'll be like, what about this? What about that? Here's this. How does this feel? So we've written some stuff in real time, but it's mostly new stuff that we haven't played so much with the band yet. But I usually have, a skeleton of a structure and lyrics and chords. I just gotta say, yeah, play with me.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, I'll sort of go here of. So if you had to best explain to somebody that doesn't know your guys' style of music or your band, how would you best describe it to them?
I mean, we usually say it's like psychedelic folk rock. There's definitely the feeling atmosphere. I think that with the sounds that we can use those words. But you know,
I gotcha. I gotcha. So what got you guys sort of interested in music that first, like, you know, or that bottom start in that?
I mean, for me, it was just a matter of artistic, like, like expression. It was just a way to, okay, I'm writing poetry and now I'm making these sounds with an instrument. I mean, way back when I first started making music. And yeah, just, I think a very, you know, languageless feel that you get from music, I felt when I started creating it. And I thought, oh, yeah, I want to keep doing this. I mean, it's almost...
I gotcha. Lisa?
I think I just always knew I wanted to play music, maybe because my grandfather was a violin player, and he used to, like, turn on Sousa marches and make me play drums with wooden spoons on pots and pans, so...
Fair enough. Dave?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of influence from family and stuff. Oh, yeah. No, her grandpa was awesome.
You didn't know him, but he influenced you.
Yep. But, no, my father played guitar and played in a band called the Intoxicators until the Vietnam War basically sent everyone their separate ways, college, overseas, all that. But he definitely, you know, encouraged and influenced me in, at the very least, embracing listening to music and later creatively, you know, playing it. But I'd say, you know, I spent a lot of my youth probably listening to the average stuff that somebody who grew up, now I'm going to date myself here and put my age out there. Someone who grew up in the 80s with the music that was around then. That was kind of poppy, kind of a little vanilla. No, I would say, you know, things like Michael Jackson and believe it or not, MC Hammer. That was like one of the tapes I remember. And then Hammer I heard Nirvana. And it sort of... I heard Nirvana for the first time on the radio, and it sort of like opened my eyes to rock music more so, and put an interest in playing it, you know.
I get
hearing
it.
Someone
simplify.
Yeah, hearing someone voice some pretty raw emotions in an accessible way, which was sort of Nirvana's brand, was like, hey, this is really angsty, dark, and deep, but we can say it in a way that reaches, you know, people on a universal level, and that's, to me, the struggle of songwriters everywhere, is to tell their story, but do it in such a universal way that all of us can sit in a room and relate to the experience that the person might be writing about.
Fair enough. No, I remember MC Hammer, Nirvana, all that. Definitely that was for my childhood. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say too. I mean, my parents were always listening to something. So CDs were new in the 80s. And my mom was one of the cool people that had the CD player and her stack of CDs. And she was really always, I mean, even as a toddler, I remember her being connected to the music she was choosing, or like, oh, I'm going to put this on, and telling me the name of the band. MTV was always on in the background also when I was a kid. So I would see adults react and feel their joy from a song, and then, you know, hear the song in the car, and same thing. And so that feeling, and again, I credit my mom with like being in touch with feeling music, because people, you know, they sing along, or they, oh, this is a nice song, or just we all have different experiences with the way we see the adults when we're kids interact with music, and like Lisa said, with their grandpa being like, play along, and we're doing these things, like that's a feeling. It's not just the action of doing it, but it's the way it felt doing it. And I think that goes way back in all of us, and any musician probably, they could probably remember things as a toddler and what music felt like to them. And then it was like, I didn't know what kind I wanted to make. I grew up listening to all different kinds and thinking, oh, I just wanted to sing. I wanted to have music in me, as they say, and it is physically the vibration, from your core coming out. I just think that is
Fair enough. Fair enough. But do you still remember cassettes?
Oh, yeah. Come on. I have one in my car right now.
I know nowadays you go and say that to someone, they would be like, wait, what?
What? No. Cassettes. Walkmans.
Yeah, I still actually have one.
I definitely had one.
I listen to all my tapes through a Teddy Ruxpin.
Well, that's true.
I put on something heavy, so it weirds me out.
I wouldn't be shocked by that, to be honest. I would not be shocked by it. But, so, what was that first instrument you ever played?
Piano, I guess, in terms of it being actually an instrument. I, too, played the pots and pans when I was a toddler. I mean, that could be considered. I mean, I remember my aunt Donna, was the one who let me make all the noise in her house. I mean, she'd, sure, take the pots and pans, honey, take the wooden spoons. And I must have been the most obnoxious, bang, bang, bang. But, no, piano, realistically. I took a couple lessons in second, third grade, so...
Now, see, that's actually something I never got before. Someone saying pots and pans. Because everyone says... Because every once in a while I go and say that, exception recorder or kazoo and that. That's the first.
Pots and
Touche.
Right.
I feel like little kid drum sets are really cheap now, so every little kid has a drum set, where when we were kids, you had to use pots and pans.
Yeah, they were in it.
It was during the Great Depression. So
yeah, we're really old.
The Great 80s Depression.
In the Dust Bowl.
The money was all spent on cocaine then, I think. The 80s.
True.
The 80s funded by.
That's a different
That's
kind of
funny.
Dust Bowl. That's a different kind of Dust Bowl that was happening in the 80s. But,
nice job, Dave.
No, definitely piano and voice for me as a kid. I think back to pots and pans.
We all had voices as kids.
I believe it was my grandparents that probably helped encourage a little bit what you said about going to your aunt's house and being free to do so. And I think if anybody remembers those plastic little Tykes drums that came like with the...
Apparently Dave did have some. Jeez.
What do you call it?
Rich kid.
Cymbals.
Yeah.
You clap together and annoy your whole family with for hours. But I remember having one of those like little microphones that lit up. If anybody had those as a kid, like the little
no,
stage.
we didn't. No,
it had like little buttons and it would play like Camptown Races or something terrible,
How's that go? Will you sing it for us real quick?
Doodah.
Doodah.
You want to play us a campfire song? I had to quote SpongeBob after that.
Oh, see? Nope. Youngins quoting SpongeBob.
Time.
That was disappointing.
That was.
Just a little.
What a letdown.
I know.
We do have one more song we want to play. I
Yeah.
don't know if we're running short on time. I just want to throw it out there because I've been talking about the Glow song, and I was worried that we were going to run out of time before we played it. So just keep us posted, Jeremiah. We're happy to talk these wonderfully awkward conversations with you that we keep getting into.
It sort of happened. It all sort of started off of the start off.
It really did. It did. It's a good thing you put that
dumb
intro
thing.
together.
Yeah, that
What else
dumb
would we
thing.
talk about?
I know.
No, it's cool.
But it has been a reference, though, towards that.
Yeah, it has.
Or actually the saying of it. Rephrase. For a second there. So, we've been doing good on that
Dave,
standpoint.
this has been a great conversation. We appreciate being here.
For
No, I see the email with everybody coming through. It's really cool how many bands you host here. So,
Because I've been somewhat smaller this time around, but then it's been a really busy summer for like almost everyone.
yeah.
Then everyone hurrying up and try to record stuff in the studio now.
And what else do you do in the winter in Cleveland? You get down to recording and mixing and planning and then reemerge in the summer.
Pretty much. Start of April, you either got to be out or you're late, give or take. It's a true thing in the industry.
Yeah.
So, outside of that, I don't have any other different questions. That's what I was
Those are all
saying.
really good. Those are loaded questions. We're definitely
Adequately perplexed.
Well, in a way, because that's the one thing I sort of learned at first in asking them of. I try not to go, so like at first, sort of picking out of all your songs, I always did one. Then everyone was sort of tied up. That's why I sort of, brought in that. Trying not to make it as difficult, but it sort of still makes it difficult.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, what else can we do? Nothing is easy. All questions should definitely, you ask good questions.
This sort of goes back to the easy button by Staples. It's not that easy.
It's not.
Because it doesn't actually work. Give it take. But you could do the Glow song for sure.
Oh, okay. We're
Yeah.
going to do this song. That's called Glow. And it's on our Bandcamp. It's on iTunes. So you can look for a recording of it if anyone would like to do that. Or playing it on the station here would be great. But we're going to be playing a show this Wednesday at the Beachland Tavern. And it's called Glow Giving Eve. And we're filming a music video for the song. We've done some of the filming already. I don't know if you saw any of the pictures that I did a pop-up open mic at this glowing art installation that somebody built. His name's David Harrison, but it was like a glowing, all LED lights, little glow house. And so we filmed some of the video there for Glow, and I have people singing along, and it means a lot to me. So thanks for giving us the opportunity to play it here as well.
No problem.
All right.
All around the world, there's a reason for the season, though we all use different words. We've been speaking the same language for thousands of years, and now we are more connected than ever before, and we'll share in each other's world. Family photos, mostly cocoa everywhere you scroll. It's happy, happy, happy holidays. I see you celebrate. I'm sending my love your way. Happy, happy winter time. We're moving slow right through the snow, and our faces start to glow. Over grandma's house we go. Mary Ann, it's all happy, happy, happy winter time, when you're sharing all the love of where you come from, and the stars shine brightest in the sky when you join in and sing songs you'd never. But grandma's gonna bring those Christmas carols out, and you'll find yourself starting to glow. Starting to glow, starting all around the world. There's a reason for the season, though we all use different words. We are more connected than ever before, and we'll share in each other's glow, and we'll share in each other. You laugh at all the pictures we take, but what's one more smile? We're laughing anyway, and we're starting to glow. We're starting to glow. We're starting to glow. We're starting to glow. Sparkling glow, don't let it go. Be a reason beyond the season, when you pause on each picture frame. Think about how much we are the same. Happy holidays. Families celebrate. That sparkling glow. That sparkling glow. That sparkling glow. That sparkling. Happy, happy, happy holidays. Happy wintertime. I hope you celebrate with love, for all these moments are love, for all these moments are all around the world, all around the world, all around the world, all around the world, and the stars shine brightest.
The crowd gets so excited they can't wait for us. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, it
Thank you so
happens.
much for hearing our glow song, Jeremiah.
That's definitely, I like the rhythm of it.
Thank you.
It's definitely peaceful, not including I'm sort of like off of necessarily what to say.
That's all right. Thank
Sorta.
you. Thanks for feeling it.
First time I had to say I'm actually speechless over a song.
Aw. It's a glow. It's okay.
Eh.
It's that bad, she said.
No, it's not that actually that bad.
Not actually that bad.
'Cause you're sort of over jumping that. No, it's sort of that like really subtle, peaceful that you could listen to it like almost on like any
On repeat.
day and repeat.
On repeat for like a year on Spotify, and you can. No, thank you so much, Jeremiah. No, there's definitely peace written into that song. I didn't think I'd ever write an original Christmas song. I call it, a holiday song because obviously I'm saying Happy Holidays and it's about wintertime. But the rhythm, the tempo of it is set to the breath of a sleeping tiny dog. I wrote it when at the time my dog passed away a few weeks after I started writing the song, and I referenced her in the song. Her name was Coco, but she was sleeping and breathing, and so when I very first started writing the song, the tempo was in time with the breath of rest and peacefulness. So there's that part, and then just definitely the song is about like the holidays and seeing, despite all the struggles and the dramas that go along with this time of the year, is like when you go on social media and you see your friends and family in different parts of the world celebrating and just having a nice time, because you show up to the families, you show up to grandmas, and you remember there's something really special to feel, and then being able to connect over that no matter what you're celebrating or if you're just
Oh, I gotcha.
Thanks for hearing.
So yeah, it's not that bad.
Not that bad, just bad? What?
No, not bad at all.
There
But
it
like
is.
how she's sort of just jumping to that.
The word you're looking for is terrible.
Have you met Lisa?
I know. Dark sarcasm.
No, dark, sarcastic. I just don't even overly compensating for those things over here. So glow.
In a way. Best way to phrase it. I gotcha.
We find balance. Corey Michaels, shout out to Corey Michaels' photo on the wall there. I love looking at your walls in here. It really
I know
is
it's a lot of history,
awesome.
and it
There's
sort of
so many
dates a lot of
people
things.
that we love. Like, again, between the open mics we've hosted and the shows we've played, it's just there's so many, friends on these walls.
But besides that, or your upcoming show, is there any other shows before the close of the year?
Before the close of the year, I'm doing a couple things solo. Where are we doing? We're playing out in Concord. I have the name of the place I have to look up. So keep talking.
Fair enough, and that. So out in Concord.
Is that
and
close? Isn't that kind of close to where we are? That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
actually, like 2 cities over.
Yeah, so let me find that real quick.
So
I've never played there before, but we're going to play there as a trio setup.
fair
And,
enough. Yeah, that's really not that far down the road in that.
Lisa's playing the Saturday after our show with Apostle Jones, as mentioned. She fills in with them sometimes, and at the Beachland, which is where our show is. So just go to the Beachland like Wednesday next week through Saturday, and you'll be sure to catch all the acts. They're playing on Saturday. We're playing on Wednesday.
I gotcha.
And that's for Blizzard Bash, which is a really awesome fundraiser for the Hunger Network. Thanksgiving time, same thing with us.
Yeah.
We're doing bring a coat or bring a hat, and we're doing gift bags that we're giving away during our show.
So giving back to the community necessarily and all that.
Yeah, and it's the time of year that, everyone's motivated to help. You know what I mean? Like, you can ask people all year long to bring stuff, and we do different things like that, but it's great to do it.
It more frees up and that. No, I get it. It's sort of that perfect time of year necessarily, to go through that. So.
Beerhead Bar and Eatery in Concord.
Never heard of that yet.
Well, shout out to the Beerhead Bar and Eatery in Concord. We'll be playing there on
I'll have to look them up.
December 20th,
Nice.
which is a Friday. It's like Christmas weekend Friday, so yeah.
Fair enough.
Come out and see us, Jeremiah. We'll be there. We'll play some Jeopardy. You could bring your soundtrack and just like play it between our songs. It'll be great.
We know you might be on Christmas break, but you should totally drive back to school.
The best part of that is I think you
Come
turned
see
your
us.
mic off on purpose. Did anyone else catch that? Yes. What?
No, not necessarily in that.
I was the reason the mute was created.
But no, yeah. Is that before the campus is actually shut down for 10 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a very good question. But no, I'm not going to
Either way,
drag this.
you know your way around this area. So come back around and come to Concord.
Now my uncle lives in Concord. That must be a new place that opened. So I'm going to dig them up.
Kind of new. They have a location in Avon Lake as well, far west side. So perhaps it is a newer location. But they've been hosting bands on Friday and Saturday. So also a good thing for anyone who's located out this way. Send them over there to do some music.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
My favorite part about Concord is,
The grapes.
fresh air. Yeah, it tastes like grapes.
Those wineries and that. No, I get that reference. But that's more Madison. No, I got that.
I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. Something
Concord grapes, everybody.
That's what I said.
Yeah, the grapes and that.
Taste
But
it in the air.
then I'm going and referring to the wineries out in Madison.
Yeah. Well, there's some good stuff in Geneva, Madison.
Fair enough in that, but yeah, definitely want to thank you guys for coming.
Thank
It's been
you
a
so much for
pleasure
having us.
in that. So, any last remarks, Dave?
Dave.
Hit the mute button.
Ask me.
What? Oh.
Yeah. Just mute me now.
Mute you now? Okay. We got
So
you.
yeah, I have one thing.
See, does that make you feel more fuzzy deep down inside?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
feel like George Carlin. 7 words.
That's good. Yeah. Censored. Beep.
You want to start that?
The beep.
We could do a rendition of 7 words with
No.
college radio. 7 things you're not allowed to say. Ticket prices.
No.
Something about alcohol.
Well, no, that's sort of a truth thing. Alcohol, college sort of
Yeah,
go together,
advertising.
though.
Yeah. So how do you balance it?
I don't know.
I feel like you don't have to advertise alcohol to college kids. They kind of know it exists already. So
It's true. It's true.
I don't think anything is lost in the lack of alcohol advertisements.
There you go. We'll end it on that note.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Adios.